What is in my camera bag? A few weeks ago, I started the Luke Combs tour for 2024. It's gonna be 12 weeks of stadium shows between now and August. So I figured it was the perfect time to make a video about what gear I'm carrying in my camera bag for this tour. Let's get right into it, starting with the bag itself. This is the Tenba Axis V2. I picked this up around September of 2022 after using my Think Tank airport commuter bag for like 4 years, and that thing literally traveled around the world with me to like 40 different countries, and so it was obviously time to upgrade the bag, and I've been incredibly happy with this bag so far. This is the 24-liter version of it. There are 3 different size options. The 24L is perfect for me, and I think perfect for people who travel on airplanes a lot because, at least for me, I travel out of a small airport, so I'm always on different size planes, which means the under-seat storage is going to be sometimes more limited than others. I've been very happy with just how this fits overall, and I just know getting onto a plane, I don't have to worry about putting this under and it just taking up all of the space. So I highly recommend this bag if you're looking for a new bag. I've recommended this to so many friends. They've purchased the bag and have been incredibly happy with it. Starting with the top shell of this backpack, which is one of my favorite things about this, just because when I have this under a seat on an airplane, everything here is easily accessible. So I keep all of the necessary items when I'm on a flight right here, including obviously protein bar for when I get hungry, but more importantly, I have my Bose QC35 headphones. I got in like 2018. They're great noise canceling headphones, but I do want to upgrade because noise canceling has progressed so much in that amount of time. And I've noticed that these kind of are lackluster compared to like the Apple AirPods, which I also have the AirPod Pros here. And it may seem redundant having both of these, but I don't want to get the AirPod Pro Maxes because I don't like that they don't fold, and these fit perfect in here whenever they're folded. So these are most important for me because it's how I listen to music and entertainment. All of my cables, so my charging brick for the MacBook and iPhone charger, MacBook charger here, and a eye mask for sleeping. I don't usually wear this on an airplane, but when I'm in hotels, this is a lifesaver for when I'm trying to sleep. Let's just open up the front here. And this is where I keep all of my random like medicines and stuff like eye drops and my passport, which I always travel with a passport even if I'm not leaving the country, just in case, you know, if your wallet gets lost or stolen and you don't have your ID with you, I just know I have a backup here that I can use to still get on a plane. I try not to pack this up too much because I will say one of the downsides to this backpack is how slim this side here, like when I have my laptop and everything, and then you have items in the front, it kind of pushes against it and there's just not that much space. On the back here, I have my MacBook Pro. This is the 2021 M1 Pro, just the base model. I've had this for a few years. I still use it basically as my daily computer right now, and I do plan on upgrading later this year, maybe if they release some updated versions, but this thing has really just kind of handled everything that I need it to handle. And then I have my iPad Pro. I got this back in 2020. There's really been no need for me to upgrade it to anything faster because I literally only use this thing to watch videos on. So this is where I load all of my YouTube videos, podcasts, and what's great is I fly American, and most of their planes now just have like an iPad holder in the front of the seat. So it's really easy just to pop that up there and then I can still open my computer and work. And now let's get into the fun stuff. Start with the camera that I shoot on. This is the Canon C70, and this is what I shoot most of my projects on, whether it's music or commercial or whatever it is. I'm shooting a lot of it on this camera. I've been shooting on it for a few years now, and still to this day, it's one of the best cameras that I've ever owned. And I also, next to that, I keep my R6, which is just the R6 Mark I. Sometimes I don't travel with this, sometimes I do. I like to keep it in case I'm shooting personal content like a vlog or like Instagram reels or something. So the R6 for the most part stays in this pocket, but sometimes things are changing or sometimes we're shooting something a little different. So I'm able to, if I need to, switch things up and pull this out. And if I need to bring like my Rode shotgun mic, I can put that in this slot. For lenses, I bring out the focal length Trinity. I have the 24 to 70 RF, I have the 70 to 200 RF, and then I have the 16 to 35, the Mark II. Yeah, the Mark II, super old, super beat up, and I have the Canon speed booster on it. So this gets me somewhat close to a full frame look on the Super 35 sensor that's on the Canon C70. This thing always just gets the job done. I've had it since like 2016. This lens has been out for much longer than that. And aside from it being a little dinky here and there, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no issues. And I don't really have a need to ever upgrade this until it actually busts and falls apart on me. Next to the camera, I have this 3-inch LCD sun hood. I've covered this in some other videos in the past, but this is how I shoot on the small 3-inch monitor that's on the C70 without a ton of glare when it's bright outside. I just throw this on. It has a little Velcro on the back, slides right on, and it just cuts out a ton of that glare. This is probably one of the most useful cheap Amazon purchases I've ever purchased, and I'll put a link in the description for that, of course, if you want to pick one of these up yourself. In this slot right here, I keep my memory cards, so I just always know as long as this case is here, I have cards and I'm not forgetting them. Moving to the middle chamber right here, this is kind of a utility space in my bag. I like to keep this space free depending on what I'm bringing out for the weekend. I don't typically travel with a drone, but if I am, I can fit the drone in this pocket. But right now I have my portable drive, which is a 4 terabyte NVMe M.2 drive, whatever that little tiny SSD is. That fits in this enclosure. This enclosure has a little fan that I can toggle on and off so that it can keep that SSD pretty cool. And this thing is incredible. The read and write speeds I get from this is insane compared to any other portable drive I've used in the past. It's a little pricey to get into this, but once you have the enclosure, you can always swap out your NVMe drives if you ever fill them up. And this has just been like the most convenient thing to carry with me so that I can bring projects on the road, or I can dump footage for the weekend and have something fast enough to work off of. The next thing I have in this compartment, this is the Zhiyun X60. This is a 60 watt full RGB portable light. Over the years, LED lighting has continued to get better and smaller and more portable. It fits right in my backpack. You can either plug it into a wall so it has continuous power, or you can run this little battery here that just clips onto the side, and now you have a 60 watt light in your backpack that you can use for bringing on the road when you're shooting travel YouTube videos or whatever it is. I am always shooting stuff on the road. Sometimes I'm in a hotel room and I don't have lighting. Obviously I can't bring all of the studio lighting here, so to have a light like this that I can either put on a little stand because it has a 1/4-20 adapter here, or I can just throw it into a corner and now I have, you know, a bit of nice fill light on me. It's something that's somewhat of a soft source coming from this little dome. All the controls are on the back. You have 2700 up to 6500 and all these different cool modes. So we can go into the HSI mode, and that's where you can adjust the full RGB spectrum, all of the colors you want. So a huge shout out to Zhiyun for sending me this. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description to this if you're interested in picking it up for yourself. All right, now let's move on to this back little pocket right here. This is where I keep all of my batteries. I usually travel with 3 C70 batteries, and that's all I need for a day. The battery life on these with the C70 is pretty impressive, so I never have to worry about running out of batteries on a shoot day, no matter what I'm shooting. Here, I don't usually keep it in there, but for whatever reason, it's in there already. This is just a little Crucial SSD with a MagSafe adapter on the back and some USB-C adapters here. And this is for my iPhone 15. So I can just plug this right on the back of the phone, and then I have these USB-C adapters. Just go here into the SSD, and now you have a fully flush and streamlined SSD storage device for the iPhone, so I can shoot on the Blackmagic app or shoot in ProRes, all of the goods all right there, and I just keep them in this little pouch. Next to that, I have just some miscellaneous camera tools and magic arms, stuff like that. And back here, I have my pair of in-ear monitors. Aside from using them for hearing protection, when we are shooting the shows, we have a wireless pack, which is running all the show audio as well as the talkback mics from the crew and security. So I can always be listening to what's going on with the show. They might be calling something out because they're gonna change a song around or whatever it is, or if there's a safety situation, I'll be able to hear it from security in my ears. Now, these aren't custom molds. They're just like $100 in-ear monitors from Amazon, but they're super comfortable. They're kind of, I guess, semi-custom because they have the same shape that custom molded in-ear monitors would have. And I just got them, but I'm incredibly impressed with, one, how they sound, and two, how comfortable they are when wearing them for long stints of time. These stay up here in this top pouch, and that is all that's in this bag. Now, this isn't everything that I travel with. I obviously have my Ronin, and I need chargers for all this stuff. That all lives in my carry-on luggage. When I travel, unless I absolutely have to, I'm never checking a bag. I'm only traveling with my backpack and my carry-on luggage. One, if I'm doing tight connections on a travel day, I don't want to have to worry about the risk of a bag getting left behind. I also don't want to get to the airport earlier than I need to, so this I can just walk straight through security. And also, I don't want to carry this heavy bag around with me, so this thing, the second I get to the airport, goes right on the back of my luggage, and I can just roll it around and not have to worry about walking through these gigantic airports with a however heavy bag this thing is. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. If you're interested in anything that I had listed here, be sure to check out all of the links that I'll leave in the description. Thank you all for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.